Okay, so in the last video you watched, it was focused on demographic segmentation, and now in this video I'm going to go through the rest of the 5 different bases of segmentation. So the next one then is product usage segmentation. Product usage segmentation reflects what products consumers use, how often they use them, and why. So, like why they buy them, why they use them, that sort of a thing. So, an example of this is like sport season ticket holders would differ based on whether they're individual game ticket buyers or the season ticket buyers. So, theater group ticket coordinators. So, why do people buy group tickets versus just single tickets? That's just an example of that. Then the next base for market segmentation is psychographic segmentation. And psychographic segmentation is grouping consumers based on personality traits and their lifestyle. So some examples of this is sports fans, music lovers, individuals who enjoy attending live events. So it's based on what they like to do and what their lifestyle is like. So if they're very active versus lazy, that type of a thing. If they like to be outdoors, indoors, if they're outgoing, shy, all of that stuff is in psychographic segmentation. The next base then is benefits segmentation, and this refers to a perceived value consumers receive from the product or service. An example of this is that season ticket holders enjoy additional perks such as exclusive invitations to pre-game chalk talks with the team's coaches. So they have that extra perk, they're willing to buy more because it has that perceived value of being more valuable than not having the season tickets. Then the next base for market segmentation is geographic segmentation. And this is dividing of markets into physical locations. So, for example, that would be like north, south, east, west regions of the United States. It can also mean like urban versus rural areas of a particular state. It could even be the north, south, east, and west of a state or of countries. So really, geographic is just location based. It is important to sports marketers because sports consumers are characteristically loyal to particular regions when making buying decisions. So, for example, here it's a pretty big deal whether you are a Packers fan or a Bears fan. And most of Wisconsin would say that they are Packers fans. So, usually places will want to sell exclusively Packers gear. But since we are so close to Illinois, a lot of places here will sell both Packers and Bears type of like clothing and promotional items and that sort of a thing. All right, an example of geographic data is that according to Facebook in 2015, nearly 1 out of every 3 people in the United States that watch baseball on television live in southern states. So basically, people in the South, there's at least 1 in every 3 that are watching baseball games. So the South has the highest MLB viewership percentage, which is at 32.8%, which is 7% more than the Midwest, which represents the next highest region based on viewership. And that little diagram is just explaining it. So as you can see from this, sports consumers are characteristically loyal to particular regions when they're making their sports decisions, and this is just going based off of what people like to watch the most in those. The NBA, for example, is watched most in Cleveland. The MLB is the most watched in St. Louis. The Winter Olympics apparently were the most watched in Minneapolis. So those geographics can be very important. Um, so it's basically just showing where people are more likely to watch it. So moving on, since we just learned about all of the 5 bases, when you are selecting segments to really focus in on your target market, you want to select multiple segments. This is because many segments may be valid in helping marketers to make decisions. Marketers often choose several of the segments to use, which ultimately then a decision is based on what best fits the organization's target market. Here is an example of selecting multiple segments. Young women have played a major factor in the 2013 revival of the Tornado Blue Jays franchise, where the 57% of fans aged from 18 to 24 are female, representing one of the fastest growing segments of our entire demographic slice, according to Toronto's Vice President of Marketing and Merchandising.